Hi, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use some crystal cards. We're going to pull tarot oracle cards. I'll share channeled messages. We'll get angel numbers, animal healing cards. We'll see what's blocking, what's blessing, all the stuff. Let's see what else. Okay, we have selenite, clear the clutter. General reading for the Libra collective. Selenite and angel aura quartz. Lighten up. Okay, so we have clear the clutter and lighten up. Maybe you're lightening your load. All right. What else, Libra? Pertain to any area of your life, career, love, money, relationships, really spiritual growth, anything. General readings. Agate, get back into balance. What do you know, right? Wouldn't be a Libra reading if we didn't have that. Okay, and what else? I'm hearing right now, clairaudiently, that something is not just for show. Okay, maybe you just said this to someone. You're like, look, it's not just for show. It means something. Or maybe it's important to you that things aren't just for show, that they actually mean something. We have blue lace agate. Find your calm. Okay, so we're getting back into balance. We're lightening up, clearing clutter, and now we are finding our calm. All right, let's do it. Let's use the Cheeky Tarot. I haven't used it in a little bit. It's by Danilo Sanino. Libra, Libra. Just did a money and career reading for you, Libra. So check that out. That was 2 days ago. Oh my goodness. Whoa, look at all these cards ready to talk. Okay, well, if we're going to get the Three of Swords, I like seeing it in reverse. And then we have Four of Cups in reverse and Nine of Wands in reverse. All right, let's get into this. Looks like we're going to get a story here. Four of Swords showing up in a lot of readings lately. Okay, this is maybe a time where you need to relax. You maybe are thinking something over. You just need to get centered, balanced. Maybe you're waiting for the message on how to make a particular dream come true. The messages are coming in on how to make a dream come true. It is a dream come true. You've been waiting for a long time for some of you, but it's how do you get there? There could be uncertainty there. Right? Not sure how to get there, maybe. Maybe you have two choices. You're weighing priorities, right? Balancing things out. Something's got to give, right? All right, what else do we have? Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. Oh, I didn't even see those. Okay, Ace of Cups. Here we go. So I'm actually hearing too, this is as part of getting back into your balance. You have these energies balancing each other. You have the fire and you have the water balancing each other out somehow. One's not dimming the other. They just are. They both are the same. They can exist together. So maybe you yourself are learning how to take two energies, combine them, and make something work. We have creation here, maybe fresh ideas with this Ace of Wands, inspiration. There's a desire to do something that you love. It's going to fill your Ace of Cups here. It is your Ace of Cups. It's also connecting to creation, right? Some of you could get news, or maybe some of you enter a new relationship, any kind of relationship. You find you balance each other out, or maybe that's the kind you're looking for. Who wouldn't love that, right? Okay. If relationships are your thing, maybe they're not. And we have the Eight of Cups here. Look at that. Something that's maybe less than fulfilling. Adios, sayonara, ciao, baby. Getting out of there. Okay. Okay, so this is highly specific. Again, it doesn't resonate, just leave it. But I'm getting a name like Dwindlina, something about that. Okay, so Eight of Cups, it is the eclipse card. We do have an eclipse coming in a couple of weeks. It'll be the kickoff to our eclipse season. And at that point, we're also going to have the energy of the fire horse, which I did a reading on, of course. And it's like, this is a time of action, right? It's a time to move forward. If you've not been receiving support in any type of way, if something's not filling your cups, out of there, right? You don't necessarily know what's on the other side of the mountain, but you're following your intuition too. That's what part of what that water is symbolizing. And the fact that there's a moon there, it's like you're knowing what's going to bring you peace and restoration and alignment, because you've been in that Four of Swords, some of you, for a while. You've been unable to move forward. I feel a lot of you have the clarity. You know what you want. You know what you want to bring in. How do we get there? You know? So we have 3 cards. These were all in reverse, actually. The 3 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Wands. Again, if we're going to get a 3 of Swords, I like seeing it in reverse. It means the worst is over. You're moving on, right? Healing. 4 of Cups, too. We've been getting that card a lot. And then the 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands, this is like really being unsure. Maybe there's some sort of boundary issues. People aren't respecting your boundaries. Maybe you've been pushing yourself a little too hard, not listening to your body or your intuition or your soul, you know. You're choosing happiness, though, because you have that Ace of Cups here. You're choosing to go with what inspires you, Ace of Wands, and the 4 of Cups in reverse. Again, if we're going to get it, I'd like to see it in reverse because it shows me they're aware, they're clear. They're choosing happiness is what they're doing. Maybe that's some of you. You're choosing happiness. What else do we have? Oh, yeah. 6 of Wands. Probably my favorite card in this whole deck. He's like, yeah, I can like actually hear him saying. And the horse is like, yeah, we did it. Look at us. You know, I'm just as proud as you are, you know. Okay, so the 6 of Wands, achievement, getting that recognition. I think some of you aren't getting recognition. You're not being appreciated. And if you are, you're not being told that anyway. So how are you supposed to know, right? We live in a world where you don't hear anything unless it's, you know, like they say, no news is good news. That's pretty sad. That's a saying. It should be, you know, good news, and we're, you know, you hear it. You're told that. Instead, we only live in a world where it's like all complaints, right? Anyway, this is not a complaint. This is fabulous. This is triumph. So you have some good news coming in, and it's as a result of you doing the work, really. You know, getting rid of whatever does not fit, doesn't suit you anymore, getting back into balance, finding what brings you peace, what brings you joy, and what enables you to feel like you're living a life of integrity and alignment and authenticity. Everything else, bye-bye. Gotta go. What else do we have? I'm getting like Libra just doesn't have time for the drama, for the, you know, conflict. It's like you're out of energy. You have no more left to give to a certain situation. It's done over. Fini. Knight of Wands. The endings are beginnings, right? This Knight of Wands, very action-oriented, loves the adventure, very free-spirited, right? They're fearless. They're here to create. They're ready. Talk about lighten up. They're like, yeah, you know what? You know what's simple? They're like, stop overthinking it. Get on your horse and let's do it. You know, they're that friend that you're like, hey, do you want to go? And they're like, yeah, let's go. And you don't even. They're just like, yeah, sign me up. You know, up for the adventure. So maybe some of you are like, yeah, you know, I've been stuck in like hermit mode or Two of Pentacles where I keep deciding and I don't know every which way. Well, just choose a path. Choose the one that feels best to you. Of course, you do you. Read the disclaimer, right? Only take what resonates. You have the Page of Wands here. Here's a nice little message of inspiration, though, of hope, of excitement, of freedom. Time to explore. Time to explore those Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands here. Get ready to get back into balance again. Back into balance. Some of you have been through it. You've been through the storm. You've come out the other side. And now you're going to be seeing the rainbow. What do we have for you? There it is. 8 of Wands. There's that momentum. Get excited. Because it's coming your way. Things are changing. And it's about time, right? About time that the scale tips in Libra's favor, right? What else do we have? Build that momentum. Make some sort of quick decision. You're going to get news. Good news. When I have the 6 of Wands there, that's good news. Look at that. Oh. Could be about leadership. Could be about domestic matters, home affairs. It could be, you know, some sort of investment, getting a return on that. This is prosperity. This is generosity. You could be given an amazing offer, just kind of falls into your lap. Not that you haven't had to do work and things, but you have something coming in here because you've changed your environment in some way, or you've changed your internal environment. So you've changed your outlook, you've changed your mindset. You're not going to be taken advantage of, right? You're not up for any more bad investments, whether it's people, places, things, whatever, money. Libra's ready for the prosperity. Libra's ready to embrace the opportunities of the Ace of Cups, of the Ace of Wands, and any other aces that are coming your way. Whoa. There's the Seven of Swords, comes out every reading. You're going to need to, well, I think a lot of you have already. You've sensed your way, you felt your way through something. Okay, and you're not gonna be stuck anymore. I feel like a lot of you are. Some people would say, "Oh, you're running away," but I say, no, you're doing what you need to do. You've rethought something and you've decided. You've faced the truth on the matter, and some of you've had some people who are being quite uncooperative, which was leading to a lot of frustration and perhaps delay in your own happiness or stability. And it's like that stress, that resentment, it feels like you're letting it go. Just letting it go. You're not doing the confrontation thing right now. You've said your piece, and it's like, again, onward we go, right? Adios. All right. What else for Libra, please? What about those seeking employment right now, please, or a career change? What do we have? Hearing that question come in. What do we have? Ooh, I love this. Look at the Nine of Pentacles. One of my favorites, right? Nine of Pentacles. That means that you have focused on you, and that's not selfish. That's sustainability, right? That's self-sufficiency right there. That is comfort. You've focused on what needs to be focused on. You're having the financial gains. This is a card of prosperity. It's also a card of you controlling your environment to the degree that's possible. You're not just letting anybody into your space anymore. I had a card stuck to my arm. All right. Let's see. What do we have, please, for Libra? I'm actually, this is so random, but I'm hearing lucky dinero. Lucky dinero. Oh, there's also, I'm getting a dog named Lucky. Okay. So now we have the Queen of Swords, and she's kind of face down here. Like, I'm not sure. I think she's a little bit too in her head. All right. I have a card come out like that, and it's the Queen of Swords. I'm thinking, you might kind of be in your head a bit here. All right. There's some things here, like it feels like someone thinks they're going to be able to manipulate you in some way. Bringing it back to some of these other cards, right? I don't just read cards in isolation. They then get connected, woven into the whole fabric of this reading. And Queen of Swords. Now, she's not one who's like, she doesn't meddle, okay? She's not somebody who's going to meddle. But when it does concern her, she's not afraid to get involved. She's not timid. When I see her face down like that, I feel like she's aware there's something going on that's maybe not being said. I'm an intuitive reader. I want to remind you of that. I don't think there is a book that says what means what when things are face down on their side, So that's pretty specific. Yeah, and notice the bird too with the Queen of Swords, and notice the bird in the Nine of Pentacles, okay? Different types of birds, but still a bird. And birds are messengers, and birds have a higher perspective, right? And birds can bring news. So they're messengers. And birds, they do it all. They can be on land. You have birds on this card too, actually. Look at that, all the birds. So maybe you connect with birds somehow. I just heard hummingbird too. But it's, they're able to be on land, in water, in the air. I mean, they can really do it all. And I feel like for some of you, yeah, you can do it all, but do you deserve to have to be the one to do it all the time without a break? That'd wear anybody out. Just clairaudiently, I'm hearing, what's for dinner? So, what's for dinner at your house? Leave me a comment. Let me know. All right. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. There's that financial security. So some of you maybe keeping something a little close to, not saying too much. That's probably a good idea. I think the Queen of Swords kind of facing down like that too. Some of you could be in an energy right now where you're not willing to quite forgive something or somebody. Okay. I think she's allowing the universe to right any imbalances too. I am getting that off this card. She's letting the universe take care of certain things. She knows things she can control and things she can't. And I'm paying a lot of attention to this because she came out on her side like that, like I said. And she happens to be one of our cards, Libra, that Queen of Swords. So she has my attention. Again, she's not the one who stirs up drama, but she's also not going to back down if it's knocking at her door. She's going to take a stand, right? She's going to not let those Nine of Wands, she's not letting her boundaries be trampled on. No. Again, I'm hearing lucky. Why am I hearing lucky? You have a connection to lucky, let me know. Maybe because I feel like it's actually somebody's name. It's not just about being lucky, or maybe some of you just struck it rich. I don't know. All right. Or maybe you're about to. That's true too. I've been getting that. Some of you are about to cash in big. I can feel it. Somebody out, I know you are, because it's been coming through, and I'm not one of those that does all that stuff. Oh, look out, like, oh, you're going to hit the lottery. I don't do that, but I feel like some of you might just win big all of a sudden. So some kind of big win for you coming in. Now, is that going to pertain to everybody? No, of course not. It's a general reading, but King of Wands, this is another indication with the salamanders there that they've been through it. They've been through it. Think Phoenix rising, right? This is somebody who's courageous. They are super witty, super charming. People like them. They're they're magnets for opportunities, for attention. Think of all the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? A lot of them are life of the party, right? That's like life of the party energy, but only the best qualities. Because you have the assertiveness, you have the charm, you have the courage, you have the inspiration, you have that fire. This is somebody who's absolutely a self-starter. They want to start a gym, they start a gym. They want to, they don't just become a personal trainer, they start a chain of gyms. Like that's that kind of energy. So you're not just going small sometimes. Some of you are not. You're going big. With the Three of Pentacles, I feel as though some of you are actually going to find an opportunity very soon where people are investing in you. They're seeing your value. Why? Because that you won't take anything less. What else for Libra? Emperor, Temperance. We've been getting Temperance a lot too. And I think remember I said you kind of having to work with energies that you're making things work, like that Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups. And I get that. I'm getting that also with the Emperor and Temperance. More fire. So you got fire, you have Aries, Sag here. Lots of fire. I love it because we also have, again, we're moving into that fire horse energy. So Temperance, you're making it work. You're making something work. And I feel like for some of you, you were always the one who had to negotiate. You were the one who had to give in. And right now, I feel like you're realizing you have more authority and control, and because you respect yourself more, maybe, than you used to. You're ready for the leadership. You've been patient. You've kept it together for a long time. This is a business opportunity. But it's not just a business opportunity. It's something that's more like well-rounded. The effects are going to spill over into all areas of your life. Isn't it amazing? I mean, one area of life can affect all of them. One bad job can affect everything, right? Take care of your health too. Six of Swords. If you need to get something checked out, I would get it checked out, whether it's a tire on your car or a cough that won't go away or anything like that, because I'm getting specific messages right now. Okay, so get things checked out. Now is the time to check things out, because you want to be ready when an opportunity comes. You want to be able to go. You don't want to be focused on something you could have taken care of now in 2 months when, or 2 weeks, when all of a sudden you have an opportunity, because you have opportunities on the horizon, right? So we want to be looking ahead. We want to be taking care of the things we can take care of now, and then that way we can move on to calmer waters too. For some of us, no, I say move on to calmer waters. We have a tower in here, but let's see. So Page of Pentacles, yeah, you're getting some sort of message from the universe regarding a money move, a money matter. It could also be about just craving the new. Some of you are craving something new. This is ambition. It's tied into kind of having to be patient here. You can see their fields in the background. They've kind of, was it tilled the soil? I forget what it's called. But anyway, yeah, they fluffed up the soil. It's aerated. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, funny, because the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. And it's like, yeah, I've made some progress here. Or you could say it as, wow, look at all the progress I've made. Yeah, I'm not quite at the Ten of Pentacles, sure, but this is some steady growth. Look at that, right? Look at that little caterpillar there, right? Kind of snail's pace, I think, is the key there. Going things sometimes, real stability, it takes time, right? It happens over time. It's not the overnight that at least one of you is getting, though. One of you is getting that, hitting it big, okay? Remember, I told you that too. Come back and buy me a coffee. I'm just kidding. All right. So speaking of coffee, we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups here. Relationship, partnership, connection. Something where you're sharing common interests. Maybe some of you just want to, you just want to enjoy life more, and you're finding someone you can actually do that with. Because I think some of you've been putting career and work and taking care of everybody else first. You've been putting everything else above yourself. That has not paid off. Are you ready to rebalance things? Now we also have the Tower. Another card keeps coming in. I feel like it's, universal towers happening. They're happening. Sudden changes, ruins, upheavals, chaos, shock, disaster, violence is happening around the world. And it's sad. We're watching that happen all around us. Some of the times we're affected by it directly or indirectly. And yeah, I mean, there's a real sense of fear here that if you take a risk of what could happen. But the thing is if you don't take the risk, and this is what I feel like a lot of you are balancing out. They're also the initial W could mean something. Okay. Like Whitaker, W like Whitaker, or Wally, or something like that. Yeah, we know what's going to happen if you stay the same, right? That's familiar, but it's not maybe great. But what if you take the leap of faith and everything works out? There's that too. And so what if you're missing out? That's my thing. And some of you, I'm sure that's what you're wondering too. Some of you may be revisiting an idea you had. Go for it. You have the Hanged Man here in the reverse. And some of you could feel like your intuition's blocked. Okay, we have to get grounded. We've got to make time for it, make room for it, the self-care, even if it's 5 minutes a day, just lay, breathe, do a guided meditation if you're not great with that on your own. Just, journal, whatever you need to do, your 5 minutes, sit outside, just be for 5 minutes. Just see what comes in. Get your feet on the earth or on a grounding mat or something, or whatever makes you feel grounded. Just center yourself. That can help with the indecision. But this is kind of maybe not being willing to let go, not being willing to accept something, maybe not really seeing the light. Okay, this is resistance. It can sometimes be victimhood too. Okay, I'll tell it like it is here. What else do we have? Whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. Remember I said to you, you've been through the storm, you've really been through it, and da-da-da, and now you're going to be seeing the rainbows. There's your rainbow, my friends, okay? This is ultimate wish fulfillment. This is your dream coming true. It's family contentment. It's relationship. It's love. It's support. Okay, it's all of that. It could be even, it's not generally this, but I feel like if there's been a dispute, it's resolved. If there's been, you know, an idea you decided you weren't going to be able to do, no, you're able to rebuild, you're able to come back to it, and you're able to make something of it. So if you wanted that, maybe this reading's here to confirm that, yeah, you know what, maybe you should revisit something that you know is something you will enjoy, but maybe you're not sure how it's going to work out. But maybe it's going to be different this time, okay? And for some of you, you've completely moved on, completely healed something, okay? And, you know, yeah, do we get little bouts of the same thing again? Maybe. Yes. And it's just sort of testing you, like, have you really moved beyond this? It's kind of like the ex who 2 years later texts you out of the blue. You know why they're doing that? I mean, a lot of the times, they have some sort of hidden agenda, or it's about their own ego. They want to know, are you really healed, Libra? Or can I still get to you? You know, are you still available? No. You know, where have you been for 2 years, right? People change a lot in 2 years. But anyway, this could be some sort of new development. But I feel a lot of you, this is like, also it's a new relationship, for some of you it's a new family move situation, all that, the home, having the kids, like some of you are actually committing. It's the birthing of something new. I'm getting all that off this one card. I don't always get that off the 10 of Cups. I'm hearing right now 4th of July. So either that's somehow an important date for you personally. I'm not talking about 4th of July, Independence Day, unless maybe it is about your independence to have all of this, you know. But I feel a lot of you're going to be celebrating. And it could be this spring too. This is a kind of a timeless reading, right? It's happening in February, but it's also timeless at the very same time. So basically, whenever it finds you, I believe there are no coincidences, right? Let's see, what is it? I feel like it's big. Okay, it's the Two of Swords. Okay, Two of Swords here. Check it out. Like one eye open here. Not sure if you should go back to something, or maybe you have like too much information on something, or this can also be, yeah, not just indecision, but like stalemate. I guess that's kind of the same. Opposition in some way. You're waiting, you know, making that choice. I think for some of you, you're waiting for your intuition to kick in. You're waiting for that message. Instead of focusing on the waiting, just be. Again, do things that make you feel connected to nature, Gaia, to something you yourself enjoy, really enjoy. Savor those sweet, simple moments in life. You'll be doing something you love, and that's when some of the greatest ideas will come to you, because you're at that frequency. You know, you're high vibing, as we call it here. What else do we have? You'll be amazed what can come in when you're enjoying life. Is it work? Absolutely. 7 of Wands. Look, there it is. It's work. Yes. Let's persevere, though. Let's persist. Let's take a stand. No compromises when it comes to your dreams coming true. Not what we do here at the schoolhouse. Nope. What else do we have? If you enjoy this reading, if you're getting something from it, or you just appreciate it, go ahead, like the video, subscribe. It's free. Leave a comment, hype. It's all free. And we have, okay, King of Swords, clarity. We've got the King of Swords, and they have some macaws here. Macaw. All right, so this is a King of Clarity. Okay, he's taking a stand, we just talked about taking control back. This is strategy, right? They're balanced. They have good judgment. They don't question it either. They're like, they're so good. They've gone all the way up to king status, you know? And so, I mean, king and queen, to me, they're equal as far as status. They present differently. And with the King of Swords, it feels like, you know, after this foundation, right after the old came smashing, crashing down, and maybe that was surprising or whatever, you're then able to build something new. You have much greater clarity because eventually the sun comes out again. That's when we get the rainbows, right? But we've got the storm first. So here we have the abundance, though, that long-term success, stability. It's because you hang in there, right? What else do we have? Six of Cups. Get ready. Get ready to receive your flowers. I love this cup. That's what it reminds me of. Because like for a while I would focus on, oh, it could be something from the past. But that was like when I first was learning tarot. It's really not about that at all. Because I always thought that was weird. Because to me, I don't get anything like that from this. It's actually more about maybe things that bring you comfort, grandma's oatmeal cookies, time spent, with it can be actually, it reminds me of like inner child work too. And really just loving yourself as though you're a child again. And it has to do with nostalgia, right? It's healing too. I feel like it's like sometimes I look at this as a person being reunited to themselves, like to their again their inner child, that innocence before things happened and things like that. Yeah, it's like reintroducing yourself to your soul in a way. So yeah, I mean, it reminds me, I kind of want to do the I'd like to get the inner. So you have oh, okay. As I said, this is very strange, Libra. Now, okay, I'm going to get chills here. I don't know how this happened. Okay. If you could see, you'd see that there is no reason this card should just be out. I'm not understanding that. Why was that out? Okay. Well, I'll do my investigating later, but I don't want to waste your time with that. But this is amazing because remember I said, if you think you need to get something checked out, get it checked out. I'm not here to scare anybody. I think it'd be a good idea just to listen to that little inner voice, that inner nudge there. Okay. Get it checked out if you feel you need to get it checked out. Go ahead and make the appointment now because some places you need to wait for months. But anyway, learn how to honor and treat your body well. It could be stretching, or maybe some of you have something going on with back or joints, flexibility. But definitely, look into it, okay? Maybe we'll get some other messages from the future higher self. All right. We have the inner child healing oracle here. Let's see what we have. I do have another channel, Mantic Mystic. I post there weekly at least. So you basically get a bonus weekly reading over there and sometimes other things. And readings are open. Personal readings are open. schoolhouseintuitive.com. What do we have? I have a couple specials going on too. So hopefully you can enjoy those. Libra. Strength, and then one more wants to come out. Strength and balance. I said one more, and of course it's balance, right? It wouldn't be a Libra reading if we didn't hear that 3 times. Right? Okay, so strength. Okay, so we did just have that Leo full moon, right? We're still in that energy. This is looking to inner strength, and don't let fear distract you. So the resilient side, or is this the shadow side is silent suffering and feeling unsupported, but the light side is resilience, perseverance, and inner power. Love that. And then we have balance. The shadow side is being off balance, inequity, injustice, or inequality, they say. And the light side is harmony, equilibrium, fairness. Give and receive equally. Make time for the things that matter. Loved ones, being outside, your health, all that, all the good stuff. Let's see what else we have. We'll get more messages from the future higher self oracle. Very interesting. It's like, I mean, nothing happens by accident in these readings. Let me just make sure I have all of these because I feel like someone's message could be tucked away here. Let's see. What is that? Oh, something else. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Okay, this card fell out. I do not want to use this deck right now, but hey, again, I don't get to decide. So Libra, focus. That Nine of Pentacles reminds me of focus too, right? She's able to focus her energy. Same with the King and Queen of Swords. So this is in a split second. As you shift your focus, you can influence the quantum field's response to your vibration. Now everything is being recalibrated and magnetized to align with your frequency. Yep, that's right. Everything is falling into place for you because you've done the work. So it's not just falling, it's finally aligning is what's happening. It's beyond just falling into place. All right, let's see what we have. It's like you're not just leaving it up to fate. You're actually taking the steps, right? Okay, so we have 3 cards out. I'm hearing sirens right now, okay? And there are no sirens here. I'm clairaudiently hearing sirens, so sending good vibes your way, all right? Or whoever's needing the ambulance or whatever. Okay, don't take action when there's a feeling of resistance. Got to listen to you. Oh, and Libra. Remember, many of the clouds casting shadows aren't real. We've been getting this message, something like it, because we've had a lot of moon energy come in to the reading, through the cards, through a variety of decks. Okay, and the end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. And I also feel like, the path finally becomes clear, right? Finally, it's like, do your little happy dance, get your dancing shoes here because you're going to want to be tapping for joy. All right, let's see what else we have. Anything to surrender to? Surrender worry, Libra. Make a commitment to not lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of the heart and have faith. Spirit is guiding you always. What else? I'm getting a name like Ruby. Okay, let's find out if, let's clarify some love situation stuff. Okay, if it's love stuff, rebuilding and secrets. Oh, something. Okay, so someone's been keeping something secret possibly. So this is addressing the mystery, the unrevealed information. If something's been in disguise, right? I feel there's definitely an energy where it's going to be, you're going to see it. What is it? Message. Yeah. Somebody may have something to say. You may be getting a message that it provides you with some new information. You're not going to have to worry anymore. You're not going to have to wonder. It's going to come through. And you have rebuilding. Someone may be contacting you, Libra. Now I will say that this could be somebody trying to come back in your life, but this could be an opportunity to restore something or heal something that has caused you to have anxiety and worry for a while now. This is putting in the work. This is a card of second chances, right? We don't always get that. We often don't get that, but this looks like that's like the persistence pays for someone because the challenge is overcome and they're able to heal finally. That doesn't mean it has to be the way it used to be, right? In fact, it better not be, right? If I'm talking to you, right? What if we have let's get some money moves cards. I try to switch up my decks often so you don't get bored with them. Oh, legal matters strategy. So you're going to need to create a plan of action here. Be analytical and impartial. Like I said, wouldn't be a Libra reading without seeing balance or the scales multiple times. Every time, all of the times. Okay. All right. So there's justice, there's law and order, there's truth, there's an agreement, decision, contracts happening. Okay. Some sort of new direction. There's order coming in with these cards. You have order, strategy. You're going to want to have your ducks in a row, so to speak. Okay. So what else do we have? Be clear and comprehensive is what I'm hearing. And education. Yep. Take the time to learn about something. Okay. Get all the information you need to get. Information is very valuable right now for whatever's going on with this situation. Okay. Little divine direction, just because I love the deck. It's one of my favorite decks of all time by Maruka X. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. Don't feel rushed, Libra. Don't feel rushed to make a decision now. Spend time alone meditating on what truly makes you happy. This card is coming up a lot lately. Okay. Of course it's justice. I love it. Justice, justice. Dun, dun, dun. Yep. Justice will be done to those who oppose you. The truth will be revealed, and then say yes to change. You're going to get the chance. You're getting that opportunity to change. Change something. Say yes to the offer, yes to the romance. Yes, you're ready. But again, there's not a rush. Okay, look at that. There's not a rush. Wait. Also, some of you might say, no, I'm not. You might pass up an opportunity, right? The bratty little 4 of Cups. But remember, we have it in reverse. So some of you, something you maybe would have been like, I don't think so. Something's going to be just right now. Okay? You're going to be wanting to accept this offer that's coming in. Some of you, it is love, okay? Whether you want to hear that or not, some of you have that opportunity here. All right. Let me know if it's you in the comments. Okay. Thanks so much. And I appreciate all of you very, very much. Thanks for checking out your other readings, for checking out the second channel, for booking personal readings with me, for the testimonials. You're awesome. Very much appreciate the support. And Schoolhouse is 3 years old now. Can you believe it? It's amazing. Couldn't happen without some of you. I'm always by your side. That's your galactic angel message. Always by your side. You have somebody in spirit. Many of you have I think almost all of you have somebody in spirit right now who is watching over you, guiding you along your path, and you feel it. They're saying, watch for my light. So maybe they play with the lights or a candle. There's no wind, and suddenly the candle's flame starts moving. I've had that happen. Actually, yeah. All right. Okay. Always by your side and protect your energy, untangle from toxic situations and from people that you know are just not good for your health in some way, any kind of health, right? Okay, what else? And there's been a timeout, life's on pause so you can catch your breath. Sometimes that is the point of the pause, the purpose of the pause. Angel numbers, please, for Libra. 2121. Oh, what do you know, Libra? For like the 5th time, a test of balance. Yippee! Okay. 2121. I just pictured someone jumping up and like clicking their heels like, yippee! All right. I'm being sarcastic too, obviously, right? So stay the course. Remember your worth, though. Okay. It's just funny because, I mean, Libra, like this, the amount of times we get scales, balance, justice in our readings is amazing to me. Love it. Love it. 77, inner wisdom. Okay, 2 more. 1616, willpower. Focus on strength and determination. You got it. You got it, Toots. All right. I don't know why I heard Toots, but I did. 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay true to yourself. Stand firm as things change around you. And they're changing within you, and then they'll change around you because you are changing, making changes from the inside out. And when you have 77, a sign of inner wisdom, connect with your spirituality and intuition. Okay, so another thing I'm getting is like somebody in spirit form, either your birthday, like maybe you're not a Libra sun, but like your birthday or someone else's or the anniversary is around the week of that first week of July, somewhere around there. Okay, I'm actually starting to feel a little dizzy even. So there's something going on there. So some of you even may have had here comes all the mediumship stuff. Now, some of you may have had a close call and felt like you were basically saved by someone in spirit, and that was real. Okay, so if you're wondering about that, because I was getting almost like somebody almost stumbling and falling, and that could have been really bad. But your guides were there, your angel was there, somebody was there, something, someone, another energy, even though you were maybe alone was there. You were never truly alone. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, because I'm always by your side. Yeah, we had that card. I'm always by your side, right? All right. And what else for Libra? let's do final messages. We'll use the Power Animals deck. Generally, we use the animal healing one. I don't want to overuse things. Again, we'll want to keep it exciting for the Libra gang. All right. I miss doing cards in the yard. Oh, it's winter here right now, though. I can't do it. And in this summer, there was a lot of wind and rain and humidity, and I couldn't do cards in the yard. It was awful humidity. So that's not good for the cards either. Or me, right? Of course, I'm thinking of the cards first, you know. But anyway, yeah. So, all right, Libra. Okay. Oh, hedgehog. I don't know why my crown's tingling really, really a lot right now. So something's going on. I feel like somebody's typing a comment right now. Not to freak you out, but I feel it. Okay. Thank you. All right, hedgehog. Your boundaries are your armor and protective shield against negativity and evil. Yeah, I did the voice on purpose. Yeah. All right, hedgehog. What else? Ooh, love it. Lion. Some big cat energy stealing the show. Right? Last but not least here with the lion, lead with your heart, protect what matters, and fearlessly pursue your noble purpose. Libra, that's what I have for you. I appreciate you so very much. Take care. We'll see you in the next reading, and you know how to show support. Thank you.